Today I'm talking to Amanda Daniels from Canine Massage Therapy Essex, and we're diving deep into things like Canicross, which we both absolutely love, Parkrun, running with your dogs, and also Canihike, and of course canine massage therapy. So do stay tuned to hear all about it. So I'm Dr. Helen. I'm an emergency medicine doctor and also a vet certified animal aromatherapy specialist and a dog behaviorist. And this show is for people who want to look after their own health and the health of their pets in an integrative way. And we talk about everything from gut health and stiff joints to itchy skin and the power of essential oils. And I use my experience in human and animal wellness to give you the natural tools you need to help you and your dog, or maybe your cat, if you can hear mine meowing, to feel your best at both ends of the lead. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a 5-star review. On with the show. Hey, Amanda. So first of all, introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello, my name is Amanda Daniels. I'm a Galen-trained canine myotherapist, and I'm based in Essex, which is currently 32 degrees in a heat wave at the moment. And I'm also the chair founder of the biggest Canicross club in Essex, Tailrunners Southeast Essex Canicross running club, which has been running for over 10 years.
Wow.
I'm very proud of.
Oh, well, I mean, I love Canicross, and I'm originally from Essex, so it's all good. So first of all, why Canicross and not just running with dogs?
That's a really good question. Both have their merits if done correctly and safely for both parties involved. I think my journey started off with my working Cocker Spaniel, and I wanted to go for a run with my dog, but at the time I was unsure of his recall, which, you know, as a young dog and with a prey drive. And so the most safest way for us to do that activity, which we both really enjoyed, was to Canicross. So for those that don't know, Canicross means like cross-country running with your canine, and the dog is in a specific Canicross style harness, a bungee which protects your back and theirs, and then the human wears like a climbing belt around. I like the ones that sit around the hip, but you can get all various styles of waist belt as well. Hands free, because that actually makes you run better.
All about that.
So yeah, you can of course run with your dog. If you're going to do that, I would recommend free running.
To me, Canicross it's such a unique bonding experience with your dog, because you literally get to see the world from their eyes, and it's fantastic, isn't it? It really is. So with that in mind,
it's the joy when I do Canicross beginner run-to-ones, and there's just the joy when they connect, because everyone's got the fear that they're just going to pull them over, I'm going to get wrapped around a tree, they're going to chase a squirrel. But once they realise there are commands, it's a controlled, it can be scary, but it can also be really controlled, and like you said, a real bonding. And it's I just see the realisation, and it's just pure. And I think, I'm so happy you're going to now go on this wonderful journey with your dog.
Yeah, it literally
like no other.
It's just the most beautiful experience, and it's so difficult, because you literally, you and your dog, you're a team, and you just see the world from their eyes, and it's so much more fun than just running with your dog loose. I think, well, it's just different.
I know. I'll tell you a quick story. I was doing, it was a night run, and other people didn't turn up. Don't know why. Probably because it was too dark and they were worried about running through the woods. I was on my own with Diesel at the time, and my head torch failed. But that dog guided me. I still ran. I trust that dog with my life, and he trusts me with his. And and literally we ran. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but he never wrapped me around. He never wrapped around a tree. He somehow knew that I was taller than him, and I don't know, but I will never forget that.
Honestly, I agree. And I mean, one of the things when I used to run with my dog Rowan, and he was always the lead dog, and even when we do a competition, even if we'd not walked the course, he just knew the way to go, and I'd hardly have to give him any cues at all, because he would just lead me the right way. And it was just you can't even put it into words, but I know, when you speak to other Canicrossers, you don't need to put it into words, because you just No.
I value. I've had to unfortunately time myself from Canicross, and I've really struggled with that. I've really struggled with that, and I was having a chat with another professional, and I said, "Oh, I'm really not looking forward to this event because there's going to be lots of Canicrossers there," and they went, "They're your people. They will understand your loss, how you're feeling. Like, don't be." And and you're right. Until you experience it, you've just got no idea. It's just the best feeling in the world.
And I do want to come on, because I know obviously you're doing Cani Hike, and we'll come on to that in a minute. But I think as we're talking about running, let's just talk about Parkrun, because I know for a lot of people, I mean, I used to love Canicrossing at Parkrun. I've got my fastest ever, Parkrun time. And I am dismayed every single Saturday I go to Parkrun. I'm pushing my dogs in a stroller with what I'm seeing. I mean, I think 2 weeks ago, a dog running in a Halti. A few weeks before that, a dog running in a slip lead. And
I've literally made me go cold. And it's a heat wave.
Yeah, go on. You tell me what are your views on it? Because gosh,
the thing is, a great organisation like Parkrun saying this is okay, people are going to believe. I've literally got goosebumps. It really it concerns me. But we need them. They're like a tanker. We need to just move them a few degrees so they can stand up and make the changes. It worries me because people think it's okay because a brilliant organisation like, well, I think, are they a business now? I don't know.
I think they're still a non-profit actually, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
They're big. They're like Nike, or they can really influence in a positive way. And unfortunately, it's a heat wave. Will they be allowing dogs to run at Parkrun tomorrow? Because
there will be.
They don't understand. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the experience. They can't see the dogs through at the eyes of people that work with the dogs that could see the possible outcome. There are so many safety factors, risk assessments that you have to do when you're running with your dog. And if you're at the temperature, I don't want to hark on about it too much, although I keep mentioning it. It's not just the heat, there's the humidity, there's the ground radiation, how hydrated is your dog, the risk of bloat. And then, of course, what we do for a living with the musculoskeletal. And I see it with dogs that I see it with flyable dogs because they do a specific movement pattern. I see it with obedience dogs where they walk to one side. There is the dogs aren't moving in a natural movement, and they will over time, maybe not straight away, and then build up an issue from moving mechanically wrong and uncomfortable. But will the dog ever tell you that? Because the dog will do anything for you. And then they're not going to be able to go, oh, crikey, it was doing that Parkrun. Because they're just going to go, my dog's got old.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was watching, it was a video on, I think it was TikTok or Reels earlier. I can't remember which one it was, but it was someone who was a bit upset because people had mentioned that her Springer was fat. And she was like, no, they're just 11. And in actual fact, I mean, the Springer, I wouldn't have classed the Springer as fat. I would have said they were overweight, but she didn't want to hear it. And she's put this up, and you can see she even took a photo from above, and you can see the body conditioning score. It wouldn't be a good weight. And I think that's the thing. And I mean, a harness.
We've normalised overweight dogs.
Yeah. And I mean, I see them. Go on.
No, I feel for the people with the dogs of the correct body condition score, because they're getting accused of their dogs being skinny.
I know. It's funny, isn't it? And every week I'm seeing, a couple of weeks ago, I saw someone running with a lab overweight, and the dog didn't want to run. The dog wanted to run on grass, actually, and the owner was pulling the dog along, trying to keep up with her friends. Isn't it? Yeah. Again, and it's all these little things. This is a dog that's not happy running. When I swapped park runs and I started my local park run that I do now opened up, it's predominantly tarmac. So I knew it wasn't right for Evie because she had arthritis, which is when I started running with Rowan. And we had a great time. And then obviously they stopped. And when I went back to Parkrun, she was in a stroller, and I let her do the finish. We did sort of like 50 meters, 100 meters at the finish. and it was brilliant. She she got the hang of being in the stroller. There was a couple of times when she was like, oh, I want to get out, but we got we were still able to enjoy it together. But you've got to consider all these things with
they're not warming the dog up, they're not cooling the dog down. What are they doing in between the park runs? Is the dog on the sofa all week and then they're doing their weekly run? Are they fit enough to do it? Are they mentally, can they cope with that busy environment?
It is busy, because I started Parkrun I think my first Parkrun's 2012, and I only did 2 because it wasn't right for my dog. And I'm seeing dogs as well that are scared. They're overwhelmed, because I don't, even though my dog's in a stroller, I go off to one side. I am not in the middle of them. I'm off to one side.
Every dog's different, and it is such a shame. And I just want to work with them. I can be a dog ambassador. I'm happy. I like to feel like I'm approachable. We've got 3 tubs, massive tubs of spare kit. I loan it out. And I did go through a phase of going to the park runs. I was running a club run before, so we could lead by example. Yeah. They could see that we weren't getting pulled over, where everyone was under control. And then I would give out a leaflet to the dog runners, but I couldn't convert them.
No, it's really, and I know there's been a lot of people involved certainly when Parkrun first changed, the rules, and I just think they've missed a massive opportunity because I love seeing people out with their dogs. I mean, as I'm sure you do, and it's great to see them wanting to do stuff, but it's got to be safe. Tomorrow I will do Parkrun, but my dogs are not running; they're in a stroller, so it's going to be okay for them.
It's so hard, because if it wasn't for Parkrun, I wouldn't have set the club up.
Interesting.
So I've got a lot of affection and love and admiration and respect, but then it changed everything with that ruling.
Yeah, it is such a shame. So I really hope that people keep up the pressure, and I keep trying to reach out to people when I see them running. And I spoke to someone a couple of weeks ago with the slip lead, and he was just like, oh, it's my only lead. And I was like, well, you shouldn't be running with it, because the dog was pulling as well. It's awful, isn't it?
It's so dangerous, the potential for injury. And how I just don't, you're running lopsided.
Yeah. And so uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable for the runner. It's going to be uncomfortable for the dog. Everything's reverberating through. Yeah. It just breaks my heart, because, like you say, I love seeing that. I'm all about this.
Yeah, but it's just wrong. As we're just talking about that, just give some advice about harnesses. What should people be looking for if they're getting a harness? Because a harness isn't just a harness, is it?
Yeah. Like I said, absolutely, 100%. I think the biggest difference between a Canicross harness and, obviously it should be a Y-shaped harness. The ones that come across here, that you can, and if they're on lead, they are not going to be able to extend their front leg correctly. They can just slip off as well, so it's not really safe for the dog. So it should be a Y-shaped harness. But the main difference, I think, with the Canicross harnesses, there is a great variety of them for a start. You can get them bespoke made to your dog. You can, but they're lightweight. Yeah. They don't have much padding to them. So, you don't just go and get a Y-shaped harness, get a Canicross specific harness. Yeah. And it's designed for the pulling forces for the dog don't actually cause the dog harm. And it's really hard to get a harness that I've got. That's the reason why I've got so much kit, because dogs change shape.
Oh my goodness. I'm just working through loads with my new rescue, because you've got to watch out with the neck and where it sits on the neck.
It's got to go here, because that's what I say to my one-to-ones. I could go all day long here, no problem. Yeah, go a little bit higher up. Yeah, it's hot. It's no good for you, and it's the same. It's no good for. It's not the longevity of the dog, and then will they get behaviour issues? Does your dog run away from the harness when you present it to them?
Yeah, that's so key, isn't it? It's like you've just got to. That's it. And so let's just talk about Cani Hike, because I know that obviously you're doing more of that now. So what's Cani Hike?
So Cani Hike is cross-country walking with your dog. In a nutshell. But I would say I'm really impressed with our dogs for adjusting seamlessly, it would appear, to go from canicross dogs to canihike dog. And the reason for that is because we had good commands. They've got very good directional commands. But I have made a few mistakes along the way. I do need them not to pull as much. So it is setting out different cues. But it's basically, this is just my personal opinion, I regard canny-hiking as like Nordic pole walking. So it's a fast pace, and you've got the poles, and you can get quite a workout from it. You actually feel like you've done some exercise. So it is different to going for a walk with your dog, because that's more, you're taking in nature and the wildlife, and they're having their sniffs, and it's important, I feel, to do both. So it is a skill in itself, and you would need to make sure you've got some commands in there. I mean, we had an equipment fail, and we were in a wildlife area, and I've got bird dogs, and thankfully we had an equipment fail, but they've all got a strong stop.
Brilliant.
So
well, exactly. I mean, it's a safety thing, isn't it? And what do you think? Because one of the things, I mean, I love canny hiking, and when I did the North Coast 500, I was, everywhere I went, I would canny hike them as opposed to having them off lead, because one of the things I hate, and I, as an owner who's had a dog tracking missing dogs, so many dogs go missing on hikes, don't they? And and even with a dog, because you'll get the people going, oh well, if they had a good recall, it's not even about recall. You can have the most amazing recall and a dog can still slip off a ledge. So and canny hiking is just a safe way of being able to enjoy this, isn't
and
you're
still you're working together still.
Still.
And
what about equipment changes? Do you change out your harnesses for different ones when you're canny hiking?
So my husband he's now not wearing his belt that goes around his hips. He does have one that goes around his waist, which is great because he can carry stuff. Because it's always me that carries everything, and I can load him up with some, because it's got really good storage on it. So I'm really happy he doesn't ask me for a poo bag and some water anymore. And I can take the snacks. So he's gotten really well with that. I think I've been a canicrosser for too long. I tried other belts, but for me, I like it there. I feel a bit. Is it nostalgic? I have to wear my canicross belt.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I have changed the girls' harnesses, interestingly, because I started off them in their canicross harnesses, and I do like a dog that really pulls in the long. As opposed to the short. For me, I feel like the angle of the lead, I don't like the line, I don't like it to be too upright, because I just feel like it's not pulling from the right place, and I worry about their back. So again, my personal preference, I can't back that up with anything else than what I've seen. But so they're still in the long harness, but I have changed it because I don't want them to knuckle in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I know it sounds silly, but my dogs recognise kit. So
mine do too.
So I don't want them running, guys. Unfortunately, because of my issues, but I want them. We're going for adventuring. So I did need help with that. They transitioned really well, but I did get a trainer for a one-to-one to help me, because I said, look, there's a cue that I'm not giving my dogs correctly, and so we now go. Then they can differentiate between going for a walk on a lead, where I want them to be quite well behaved, and then to a canny hike where you can go a little bit more, but we're not canny crossing. So and we call it adventuring. So the girls have been taught that command, but I wear different clothes. And I wear, because I'm not in my trainers, I'm in my hiking boots.
Yeah.
And I just feel that all these, because if I'm doing a canicross one-to-one, I get in all my full kit, because I'm representing my team, which I'm very proud of. And they're like, oh yeah. They recognise it.
Yeah,
they know it's different from gym gear.
Yeah. No, they do. And I mean, I'm using when I canny hike, I mean, I've only just started it with Lily, obviously, but with the other dogs, they would tend to wear their walking harnesses, which are obviously nice Y-shaped ones, but with the bungee lead. rather than a normal lead, so that they had that distinction.
So I've changed that again from so they've got a walking harness, a canicross harness, and they've got a hiking harness.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know, they know.
Yeah, it's what works. I mean, it is what works for your dog. Because I was just speaking to someone out in the street. He was watching me loose lead training Lily, and he was using a bungee lead. And I said, oh, I don't use one, because for her, the bungee lead means something completely different, you know, and it's the bungee lead with a long harness is running. With her walking harness, it means we're hiking. And with a normal lead, it's just, we're going to walk.
I can't back it up. And I've done the same when I was tracking. I've just got different equipment. And do you know what? Maybe it's intention.
Yeah, maybe just they do know. Our dogs are so smart, though. They know, you know, they really do. Because I used to use, I mean, when I'm tracking, because we tended to run a lot with Evie when she was tracking, it would be in our Canicross gear. But she was just so smart, because she would just read the situation. I mean, I never had to do an awful lot of training with Evie. She just made me look really good, you know.
I feel like that with my youngest. I haven't put in my eldest dog, so I've got 3. I just felt I did so much with him, like all the time, and I think people don't realise how much effort we put in. They just see this brilliant dog. And I'm like, that was a lot of work went into that. But then my youngest, she just slotted in. So
which is lovely. And I think they learn from the others as well, don't they? So
they really very good teachers. They're under my desk, that's why I'm looking down. Sorry.
Well, I've got like 3 of them in here. So Sarah, I did oh, hang on, talking. This is Lily. she's a real lap dog, but she's just another week and we can canicross again post spay, so we're very excited.
Beautiful.
So we're still working on what harness to use for canicross, so because she's just, you know, that's what I mean. You know, when you go in the groups, people are like, oh, I've got a spaniel, what harness do I use? And it's like the one that fits your dog.
It's really, and there are great people out there that can give advice, and it does, you know, go to the specialists and ask them. I think is the best one, because we're all learning as well. Like we're all learning, and
every day's a school day.
Every day is, and then like I said, we had a tripod in our club, so that was. Yeah, and it was. She was. She's on the front of my mind because I treated her today. But so she retired from the Metropolitan Police. She was involved in an accident on duty. So you've got this fully trained, fully loaded Belgian Malinois with all this energy. So once she recovered from everything, the vets and the physios, everyone was happy. She was our fastest dog.
Oh, fantastic! Front or back leg amputee? Front. Oh wow, that's because I trained I had in
metal hips.
Oh wow, I had a tripod. Well, actually he had 3 legs and his remaining back paw was only half a paw, but he'd been tied to train tracks in Serbia. He was amazing, and he loved to canicross, and it it gave him just an activity. So he just loved it, because he had a high prey drive, and it was perfect for him.
Yeah.
So that brings us on to massage. So as you know, that's really good. So tell us a bit about the benefits of massage and why people should be getting their dogs massaged.
If we could get the message through to start now with your dog having treatments, because then we can get a baseline of where they're at. We can see I had a fly bulldogging today, stunning. But I found a young 4 years old, but I found a muscle imbalance between, you know. So what we can do, and this is what I said to the owner, we need to address this, because then we'll get uneven wear and tear. There'll be compensatory patterns. So if we can start the dogs young, sporty, athletic, without any issues, and then we can just have this check on them, make sure no areas are working too hard. Because I think what tends to happen is people work on the power muscles, look at, you know, but we need to look at the stability, you know, their function. So, and this kind of gets lost. So a massage, you know, we've trained in anatomy. So we see things differently. We learn about gait analysis, so you can spot a lame dog pretty much, or but before the owner does, even maybe because we're specialists in this field of doing it day in, day out, before the vet does. So we can say, actually, we just need to work on the proprioception, their awareness, their their place in space. Maybe they're clumsy. There are so many things we can build on when they're young. Don't wait. Yeah. I love working with the older dogs, and one of the reasons for that is because they seem to reap the benefits quicker.
Yeah.
Because it works on so many different systems with the body. It obviously flushes out toxins. We can help smooth out their myofascial lines. It helps the communications pathways, and it feels nice.
Oh my goodness!
Who doesn't want to give that gift?
Oh, when I first got my my two-legged dog, his fascia was so tight around his back end, and I was doing so much massage and skin rolling there, and when he was older, and I'd massage, he just didn't have that tightness there, or that tethered feel, and it was just so lovely. And I really believe that that's why my two arthritic dogs did so well for so long, was the massage that I did. Obviously I add in the essential oils and the massage, because they get a mini massage every single day, and then a more thorough one at least once a week. And
that's brilliant that you time that in.
You can feel it. But so often as well, when people come to me with behavior problems, I'll ask them to send me a video of their dog walking, because I think it's estimated 80% of dogs with behavior problems, it's pain. And actually your vet, bless them, it's nothing derogatory. It's just they don't pick them up. As a doctor, I can honestly say I will often send people to physio, because that's what people do, and as a massage therapist, you're trained to feel those muscles and to look at gait and to and to look at how they're moving.
The thing is, we're freeing up the vets to work on life and death situations that the other issues. If we can all work together, like every client I see gets a vet report. Yeah. So and literally, it's so nice that the vets are finally replying, saying thank you, because the owner will open up. The owner will open up more to me because I've got longer time with them. Yeah. And it's more fluid, the conversation. They haven't got that. I don't know about you, but if I go to the doctors or the vet, I want to get out there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in this environment, and I want to get out, and I'm fine. We're all fine. We're going to go. But when you're with your massage therapist, your physiotherapist, you're already in a better state and more receptive to treatment. Yeah.
And the same for the dogs, because the vets is scary for them in a lot of cases. Whereas if they're coming to you and they're getting that hands-on, they're relaxing, and you see their behaviour in a more true to form. And
their home environment, you just until you've had your eyes opened to, and it's great. It's great. I had a lovely new client yesterday, and literally they had a back door step that was like the height of the dog, and I was like, maybe and then, maybe we can improve that, and that will make such a massive difference to this dog's daily living. So we should all be working together. I was working with a veterinary physio today. We should all be leaning on each other. We've all got different skill sets. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, so that's fine. I can recommend someone that you will gel with, you will feel safe with. And I just love it. I really, it is a gift, and I just love doing my job and helping the dogs and hopefully changing lives.
Oh, lovely. I love hearing about that. So where can people find you so that they can see you online and, in person if you're in Essex?
Yes, absolutely. So if you type in Canine Massage Essex, I should come up straight away on Google searches. But I literally trade name and all my social media accounts are Canine Massage Therapy Essex. I'm a Galen-trained myotherapist, so you can also find me on their website. But I'm across all the socials, and I haven't done much work on my YouTube channel, I will admit. But TikTok, Facebook, Insta,
I will pop everything in the show notes so people can just go there and find you.
And if you're not in Essex, you know, there's distance support packages. So the analysis, I ask for photos and videos of dogs before I see them, so I can start building a picture, and we can see things through those as well. So we are able to offer online as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Amanda. It's been absolutely great to speak to you. Thank you.